Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing. You can see they've already been unboxed, but I just want to start the video with this. We're going to move on to Premium Release 7. That's what these two are, and I've got a cool car show for you today. I started by doing Premium Release 7 and Premium Release 3 from Auto World. It makes sense, but the video is going too long, so I'm splitting them up. So this will be Premium Release 7, and then the other video will be Premium Release 3. It'll make sense as you watch it, I promise. So enjoy the unboxing. Hello everybody, this is a Lamley unboxing. I've got 3 Auto World cases for you today. We're gonna bust through them. And then I've got a pretty seriously cool car show for you. We got the car show mat out today, the Dream Customs JCCS mat, because we're gonna go vintage exotic, which is not something you think about typically with Auto World, but we're going to do it today. Very excited about it. Premium Release 7 from 2024. This is one of those we've had these kind of interesting bridging mixes that are like one car or two, like maybe 3 and 2 colors and like maybe 4. Like they're just like off of that normal retail. But all of these are going to retail. So we are going to go and go ahead and open them up. So we'll start with this one, Premium 2024 Release 7. What that has to do with Release 3 and what happened to 4, 5, 6, I don't think we're going to just worry about it. We'll just treat this mix for what it is. So I'm going to go ahead and open it here. I already cut these open. We'll get that. That's kind of a nice crack. Ooh. Oh, that one didn't do as well, but that was kind of fun. For recycling. We'll start over here. Got some tissue paper to get rid of. It looks like we have 2 versions of each. And I think what we'll do, too, is just open them as we go, right? And then we'll do the car show. We just don't want to waste any time. So we've got Premium Release 7, Premium Series Release 7, version A and version B, all in the same case. So there's going to be 3 castings, 2 of each. This is the 1963 Chevy 2 Nova, the 400 wagon. You can go in all kinds of directions. This is Riverside Red. I'm going to let you look if you want to read these facts. They always do something. Special edition, so I think this means just kind of like, special edition I don't think means rare. I think this just means not standard. I mean, maybe someone at Auto World like Chad could tell otherwise, but I think that's the case here. Here is the version B in Laurel Green. You've got the art here. I'll show you all of this stuff. There's the mix that we've shown before. This is out. This is hitting stores now with the really cool Lowrider Lincolns. Yeah, there's Collect All 3 in Release 7. It's a special edition featuring 3 true 164. The same incredible details only Auto World can deliver. The smaller assortment enables us to deliver your favorite castings faster. Well, they just explained it. So there you go. All right, so let's just go ahead and get these on the turntable. We'll go with version 1 in Riverside Red. Oops. This should make it somewhat easy just to get to the car show. Here it is. I won't show you the engines every time. You know what I'll do, and I'll make sure I'll try and remember to do this. One car on the turntable with the hood open, the other one with the hood closed. That way you can see the engine if you'd like to see it close up. That way we can move forward very quickly. So that's kind of an olive green interior, which is kind of interesting. Just throw those there. And here is the Laurel Green version B. Wheels appear to be the same. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. But here it is in, yeah, whatever that Laurel Green is. Yeah, the wheels, it looks, that's kind of interesting. Like the front, oh, no, never mind. I'm not even gonna, I was seeing something, but it was actually just a shadow, so I won't even get into that. No rust on the license plate. That's kind of cool. These are really cool. They've done, you know, Auto World. It's a brand that I love. I just like how they lean into American cars, and then they lean into American version of Japanese cars like the Supra and stuff. And they do some modern, as we are going to see right here with version A and B of the 2010 Chevy Camaro RS/SS. Here's version A in Rally Yellow and version B in Victory Red. I don't know. I think about this more boxy Camaro. It's got a bit of a meaner look these days, but anyway. Let's have a look. I mean, this is very much Bumblebee, is it not? Right? I mean, is that the vibe you're getting from this one? is Bumblebee. Especially it's got kind of the modern rims on it, and by modern I say like kind of like appropriate. Wouldn't call that aftermarket, but very chromed. This has got a two-tone interior, which is nice too. I don't know if it comes through on the turntable, but it does have a two-tone interior. Yeah, this is kind of, I mean, this almost feels throwback, and it's only what, I mean, 2010 was not that long ago, but there it is. All right, and then here it is in red, in Victory Red. White stripe. This is all factory, right? Black interior, also two-tone. It's really hard to see it now, but you got the red portion of the seats in the front and the back, it looks like, as far as I can tell. That's really nice. I'm always curious, you know, those who watch, obviously when I do these videos, the Hot Wheels videos tend to get the most traffic, but then Mini GT does too. I'm always curious what your guys' opinions are on Mini GT, or I'm sorry, on Auto World. I really like it, and I know it falls, you know, the realistic cars. I like that, you know, one of the things I like about these kind of lines is you can build a fleet, which is really fun to do. Some of the cars excite me more than others, and I am to the point, in fact, I'll say this right now, I am to the point that I have to purge a little bit of the collection. It's getting so large that I want to have at least one or two of every casting, but I'm going to have to get rid of some of them. There's some castings I'll be completist on, so I'm not. So I'm actually, probably a good time to announce that I'm going to be doing an Auto World purge, and I'm going to be doing an Auto World Whatnot show where I'll be selling some of those cars that I've purged, letting them go to new homes. They're pretty awesome, and putting some cool stuff, some cool giveaways. It'll be a whole Auto World themed show. Put it with some giveaways in, and you know, some other stuff that don't necessarily fit in the collection, like the Advan Supra. I have the Chase and the regular. I'll put those up. Anyway, that'll be kind of fun. Wasn't planning on totally announcing that, but it probably makes sense. I don't have the date, that's why I can't really announce it. But yeah, we can. It's coming up soon, actually, because I've been working through cleaning up the Auto World collection, and I think some of you will have some real fun seeing some of the cars that will be made available. All right. Ford GT40. Love this casting. That's your show today, because it's just, I love the Auto World Ford GT casting. It's just a little bit more like kind of how you think of the Ford versus Ferrari GT. Kind of classic, kind of retro, kind of throwback, you know, kind of appropriate in its stance and everything. So here's version A, here's version B. Golf fans and Golf haters can all react to this one. They're always done in like really cool, proper racing. They're originally 5 prototypes built in Coventry, England to kick off the historic Ford GT4 racing. The number 9 chassis GT105 was the first GT40 to test the 289 CID V8 from Ford Mustang. So this is a historic version. Obviously, when we do the car show, we'll showcase that. But love the wheels on this one. Love the tires on this one. Let's go ahead and open it up. Really dig that. Here it is on the turntable. Yeah, you know, there's so many GT40s, and there's so many of the vintage, like first-gen GT40 livery. There's the racing car. There's just, you know, obviously the Golf you think of. Well, there's so many. It's so nice to see. And this is one that I'm not getting rid of any of these as part of my fleet for the GT40. It's such a fun car to collect. Among all the cars I collect, this is one of the most fun of all brands. This is one of the most fun to collect is the GT40 from Auto World. Here is the dark blue Golf. I wonder if there's anything. Golf Oil became a major sponsor for GT40, which included the iconic blue and orange livery. We're going to see a lot of Golf. We'll do some comparing and contrasting when we do the car show. And here it is. Orange rims, blue and orange trim. Number 11. Love that I love that font on the number 11. Golf, American flag. I don't know if this, I'll have to look it up if there's an exact number 11. And we'll see this when we do the car show. So we'll get that. We'll give that car a little more attention as we go. That is Premium Mix 7. Again, I don't know what 7 is. But going back to my thought before I announced that Whatnot show that I'm going to do, and I'll give you a link, by the way, to Whatnot down below that you should follow if you haven't joined Whatnot, because you get the $15 credit when you join through my link. So anytime you make a purchase in the future, whether it's from me or anybody else, you get the $15. That's nice. And that's no matter whether I've done that show already or not when you're watching this video. So I would definitely do that. All right, let's do the car show. You can see that I was doing Premium Release 3 and 7, split that all up, but we're gonna do the car show now, focused entirely on the last two models of Premium Release 7, the Ford GT40. So we've already gone through these two. What I'm going to do is show these. What I can't do is speak to all of the historic context, because there is a lot. And we're gonna work through these. I think I have all of the standard releases of the GT40. I might be missing a couple. I don't have all the chases, but I do have some. And so we will walk through them and try and fill up this car show. So there's the last two. We'll go ahead and kind of like work through these from the very first release. Autoworld has been around a long time, at least 10, 11, 12 years. This one says 2013 round 2, so about 10 or 11 years. And we will just work through them. Typically, outside of maybe some hobby releases, they're released in twos with retail, right? Just like these two here. So here are the first two. And they usually have a historical context. It's all the same casting, so it's like this kind of like, it's not as there are some Ford GT40s that sit lower, wider, longer, but this is really kind of what, again, the historical context I might struggle with, but this is the Ford GT that they were testing, racing, went into Le Mans, has, you know, the subject of the Ford versus Ferrari. Here's the first one in blue. These were released together, number 72. Again, if that's historical, but then they have the same color in number 72 in red with the Ford GT striping. But yeah, these go way, way back. There was kind of a period of time too where they weren't releasing after that. I do have the Ultra Red for this one too. And Ultra Red is Autoworld's chase. Everything is this kind of candy red, and it will usually be the base color. And then they'll do something like maybe fool around with the wheels, the chassis, something. In this case, they just change the color to that candy red. Sometimes it works aesthetically, sometimes it doesn't, but you know it's a chase. So there is the first version. I think these are in order. I sometimes will forget if they're hobby or not, but I do believe that this one is a retail release. Maybe it's hobby. It might be hobby. But you can start seeing that, you know, these are based on some of the racing versions that we've seen. Any comments that people want to leave down below would be awesome, actually, because, you know, if there is some historical context. My assumption is that they did not have the Golf license yet. So you see this one that is clearly Golf inspired, but you see no Golf badging on this. So you get the orange wheels, you get the number 7, you get obviously the orange and blue combination, which looks fantastic. And the funny thing about this one is the Ultra Red, you start seeing with the Golf that go Ultra Red, and they look funny because the blue leaves, the orange stays, and that's quite the combination, right? Kind of crazy, but it is a cool chase. And if you were seeing that in the store, you pulled that from a case, I don't think you would be complaining. So that is the chase. All right, so then we keep going. I think this is where we're into hobby. So I think these were retail releases. This is where we get into hobby. Still playing with the Golf, and I'm imagining this might have been M&J Toys, Miho exclusives, said, hey, we want to do one of those Golf versions. So they basically did the same thing, but removed the number 7s. I think it's exactly the same car, just without the number 7s, and still no Golf badging. So that one goes here. I'm going to look and see if I have, I don't know if I have I do have the Ultra Red for this one. The other one they did is you start getting into, was it McLaren? Was the black, McLaren was the race car on the black, was the racer for the black version of the GT40, I believe. I think he was, but here, you get the black version, but again, no numbering, no nothing. But I think this was the hobby exclusive, and it looks really cool. You get those classic GT40 wheels, silver stripe down the middle, which is not necessarily the McLaren race car, but it's similar. Again, there might be a version like that. I do have the Ultra Red based on, they'll usually take one Ultra Red and base it on one of the releases. So obviously they base this one on the black one. So you get the same color stripe, and you get on the top and on the sides, and then you get the Ultra Red candied color there, which looks cool. All right, let's keep on going. Still playing with Golf. Hobby again, maybe? Maybe. I don't remember. But it is kind of fun to see the evolution of these. Black tires. Now we get the Goodyear, We get the roundels back, but no number. And I think like we get no black trim on the orange stripe. So you see, like, look, I know people who hate Golf just because of the overplay. I get it. You can see what was working here. Auto World didn't have the Golf license yet, but they're making it work, and they're like, look, you just put it in that blue and orange, people will buy it, and that's probably what happened. So that's a really cool car. But we'll get to proper Golf here in a second. Obviously, we saw it right here, right? We got the proper Golf. The other companion car, I think, was Hobby. There you start seeing another kind of like variation on the McLaren race car. And I think I'm right with McLaren. I might be wrong. But that black race car, now all of a sudden the roundels appear. The stripe changes a little bit. You get that copper-colored wheel, which looks so cool with the Goodyear tires. You're starting to see some real detail here. I could show you up close like how the headlights are done on this. The casting's beautiful. And I love that. I love all of the effort that they put into this casting. Like I said, it doesn't have kind of the modern twinge. It's very much a vintage retro look. The Ultra Red for this one, which I also have, and then we'll start running out of them, is also based on the black car with the red. So that one's cool. So I think we're so far outside of these. We're complete with Ultra Reds. That will stop here in a second. All right, now we're still Golfy. But notice, there she is. The Golf logo appears. So clearly round 2 got the license for Golf, and they said, yeah, we've already done 1, 2, 3. Let's just do it again. This one gets the number 40. This one gets the Goodyear tires. This one gets that little trim on the tire, which is cool, that like light blue trim, which the first release got. I mean, that's a beautiful version. That is like that's the culmination of their flirting with Golf. That's a proper Golf car for sure. And they released them again. I can't remember if this was retail or hobby, but they did the dark blue. So number 11 and number 12. Very different, but still the color combination is the same. So that's cool to see those. And have we see that one? I don't know if we see that Golf again. We don't. But that dark blue Golf. So nice to see those together. I think that's rad. And then the Ultra Red, look at this thing. It's based on this car, right? Yeah. That doesn't look the same, does it? Golf clearly let them, and Ford clearly let them play with the colors here, keeping the Golf badging on it. White tires, which some people don't like with the chases. I get why they don't, but it's okay. Just because a chase is a chase, not necessarily has to be realistic, but I kind of like them looking like they're realistic. So I'm a little bit more on the don't change the tires thing, but whatever. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Golfs. Why don't we just keep on doing it? Now we get, I think this one was hobby for sure, and it gets a ton of detail. Now we start seeing some really, really cool stuff. More of a racing look. I mean, they all have the racing look, of course, but like this gets a little bit more, decals on it, has more of a historic vibe to it. I just think that one is awesome. I don't know if there was an Ultra Red of this one. Maybe. I'm actually looking. Yeah, I have no idea. But they're number 72. Oh, yeah. Well, okay. Okay. I think this one was released on its own, if I remember correctly. Then there was a trio of dirty Ford GT40s released, also Miho exclusives, I believe. Yeah, so here it is. So here comes the number 72, which, have we seen before? Yes. Kind of right there. Now we get this dirtied version, like it's raced. You can see it has the yellowing, like it's got some grime and oil and dirt on it. I think this is a really, really cool style they've done. I assume they finish it, the livery, and then put the wheels on, and then put the whole car with the wheels and everything through some sort of treatment to make it look like it's been raced. And it looks super, super cool. That was the first one, number 72. Then they did this racing version, which is a racing combination we've seen, also all dirtied up. But we haven't seen this one clean yet. We will in a little bit. So that one is rad. Copper-colored wheels look so good on this. I mean, these are really, really cool models, right? So that one, and then back to that black one, that number 2, it gets the treatment as well. And I believe, well, actually, I think all of these got Ultra Reds, but I've never opened them. Look. Look, look, look. There's your number 72. I'm not going to open them, by the way. One day I might. I think these are very hard to come by, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. Red tires, turns red as the ultra red, but it still has that dirtied up look. I think the number, well, no, yeah, that's number, okay, that's the blue number 72. This one is the black number 2. Same thing, red tires, red body, all dirtied up. I can show that up close if you want to see it. So that one looks cool. And then, yeah, the number 1 got it too. Miho exclusives. What year was this? I don't know if it says. Maybe you're seeing it and I'm not. 2020. Anyway, so look at those. So those cool. So those are rad. I feel like I should open them, but maybe not. They'd also look cool on their own. All right, let's just keep on going. So then after that series, we just keep, there's a number 2 again. This might be a hobby one as well. Not sure. I actually think this one might have been, because I have the ultra red for it as well. Oh, here, we can put this up so you can see them. Yeah, so this was a Nitro XGT exclusive. I think I bought this one on eBay. Yeah, red tire. Oops, sorry. There you go. So we have the ultra red for that one. So you get this number 2. Let's see, that number 2, this is the 3rd version of that one. Plus we get the one without the number 2. So you're seeing them, like, I think you could say as you start looking at this whole family that there's a bit of an overkill. At the same time, they're staying kind of within where this car should stay, right? This is a racing livery, right? The number 5. I think that's the last. Well, no, it's not the only ultra red I have. But this one looks cool with the white tires. Same nitro. I think these were released in 3s. And I have 2 of the ultra reds, but that's it. Here's the model in that gold color racing livery, which looks nice. Copper colored wheels as well. Really, really digging that one. We'll put that right here next to this growing family. And then the 3rd car, which I don't have the chase for it, is this one, the number 1. And I think, yeah, we've seen the dirty version. Now we get the clean version, which looks great as well. Number 1 is switched from one side to the other too. I wonder if that was on purpose. Well, I mean, of course it was on purpose, but if there's something they needed to do with that. Check that out. We're still not done. Still not done. Besides these 2 racing, there was a little, in the interim, there were 3 versions that were done as like basically street versions of the GT40. So that was released in retail. We had this blue version just in plain blue, no stripes on the top, which I think is a really cool change up from all of these racing cars. So you get this like blue, like this was like someone's commuter to work. I doubt that's how it really worked, but that's part of almost like a test car model. And then there's this one in silver. These were at retail, released together. I do have the chase. My chase is really messed up. But the chase had white wheels, red interior, red body, and there was something wrong with it. Like it got put together wrong. So like the wheels are a little off. Notice that? That's all right. I think I bought this one on eBay too. But you can see it's a little crooked. But there's the chase. And the last one is the one we did with J-Car exclusive, with J-Car diecast for Auto World. This plain road version, but if you go really close, and I don't know if you can see it, I have to go really close. You see the Lamley logo ghosting on the side? In retrospect, it was too hard to see. Like, look how close I have to go. But if you look closely, you'll see the Lamley logo has been printed on the side door as a roundel. It's done on the hood. See that? And it's also on the back. See if I can get it in focus. Which side was it on? There it is. So, to the naked eye, it's just a plain white kind of test car version, but it does have some ghost details on it, which I really liked, but it's so hard to see. And then you have these little copper trim on they did some copper detailing on the engine and on the exhaust. I don't have the chase with me. It's in storage. I should have it. And the chase is really awesome because it's the ultra red color, but the roundels show up. I've never opened it. I need to do that. Another show, I'll do it. There you go. Okay. That's Premium Mix 7, Premium Release 7 from Auto World. The 2 GT40s, the other cars, the wagon and the Corvette, or the Camaro, fine. Adding to the GT40, that's the way to go. I really dig this collection, and I've really enjoyed collecting it. Still have to decide if I'm going to open up those Ultra Reds. You guys can leave comments if I should do that, and I'll do a whole video dedicated if I decide to do it. You guys tell me what you think. Champion DJK, I want his opinion because he's the one that loves these cars so much, more than even me, the Auto World. He's the completist. So I'll get his opinion as well. Thanks, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video. Bye.